All right. Let's do a quick little tech check and make sure that we are live. If you can see me, if you can hear me, comment hello down below. If you can see me, if you can hear me, let me have a little look. Done this plenty of times where I think I'm live and I'm not, so better to be safe than sorry. I hope you're all having a fantastic week, of course. And yes, we are. Fantastic. All right. So, as you can see by the title of this week's masterclass, what we're going to be covering is these two things that if you implement into your mindset, you will never need motivation ever again. Okay. Now, if you're watching me live, comment live down below. If you're watching me on the replay, comment replay down below. Now, 99% of you probably will be watching this on the replay. If any of you ladies, whether you're watching live or later, have got any questions, any concerns about any of the things that I'm just about to address, I'm just about to discuss, please do comment those down below. I don't want you leaving any more confused than when you came. All right. Any questions, any concerns, don't be shy. There's no such thing as a bad question, a silly question. It doesn't exist. Okay. So any questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate. Good morning, Holly. Good afternoon, Diane. We've got two people in wildly different time zones there. Good morning, Tabisha. I hope you're well. Okay, ladies. So let's get into it. I'm really excited for today because this is something that so many ladies that I talk to struggle with. Okay, motivation as a whole, and there's a little bit of a misunderstanding around what we should expect from ourselves when it comes to motivation. Okay, now, like I said, this is something which I see all too often. Like, oh, I've minimized you. Where have you gone? Here you go. All too often that I see ladies struggle with. Now, the first thing that we're going to cover is feeds directly into the second thing. Okay, so each one of these two things that we're going to cover is as important as each other, but they feed into each other. Okay, now we've got a third one as well, which is a bonus, which we'll be covering right at the end, which is going to again kind of finish, be the little polish on top of all the things that we're going to be discussing today. All right, now first of all, we've got increasing your level of self commitment. Now, what do I really mean by this? Well, how many of you ladies sit down with yourself, no one else, with no distractions, and think for 10, 20, 30 minutes about why you want to lose weight, lower your A1C, and get off meds? Sit down. How many of you ladies have sat down with a piece of paper and got emotional with it? Why do you want to lose weight, lower your A1C, and get off meds? Why is it important to you personally? If your goal is to lose 50, 60, 70 pounds, why? Don't just say to be healthier. That's nowhere near good enough. That's not good enough. To be healthier, that is far too surface level. Why do you want to be healthier? What does that mean to you? Does it mean that you're able to stay around to support your kids and your grandkids? Does it mean that you're able to extend your life by 5, 10 years? Does it mean that you're able to avoid, amputations? Does it mean that you're able to avoid, losing eyesight or any of the you ladies know the complications that come with type 2 diabetes. You don't need me to name them all. But why do you want to lose the weight and lower your A1C? Why is that important to you personally? Is it so you could have more energy so that you can keep up with the kids? Do you feel like you're neglecting your relationship with your kids and grandkids because you can't do anything with them? You can't keep up with them. It's always, watching them from afar and not getting involved. Is that something that you'd like to change? When you go clothes shopping, is it an uncomfortable experience with you not being happy with, the clothes that you wear and, self-image, confidence? You've got to get emotional with it. Sit down with a piece of paper, write down exactly why you're on this journey. Why even bother? And like I said, this isn't going to be a 5-minute process. This could take you 15, 20 minutes. And like I said, you've got to get emotional with it. What happens if you don't lose the weight, lower your A1C, and get off the meds? Face the facts. What's going to happen if in 10 years, nothing has changed, you've gained weight, your A1C is the same or worse? What does that mean? Does it mean that you're going to be struggling with neuropathy? Does it mean that your eyesight is going to be worsening? Does it mean that you're at higher risk of a stroke? Does it mean that you've now got even less energy? You're kind of just being and not living. Is that the future that you want for yourself? I know we're starting this on quite a kind of a heavy topic, but this is required. What's your why? Comment down below. Why are some of the reasons that you're in this group? Why do you want to lose the weight, regain control of your blood sugars, put your type 2 diabetes into remission, and get off meds? Let me know. Let me know down below. We've got a bunch of you ladies watching. Okay. You don't have to right now in this moment get right to the core of it, but I want to hear why are you here? What does it mean to you personally? I want you to be able to do this and sit down on your own and spend more time on it. But since we've got so many of you watching now, let me know down below in the comments, why is it important for you to lose the weight, lower your A1C, and get off the meds? I'm going to be referring to my phone because otherwise I can't see who's commenting. Christina, because I'm tired of being that sideline mom. I want my life back. I appreciate you sharing that, Christina. Good. All right. And that took you all of 30 to 60 seconds to kind of think of that and share it. So that's something that was obviously on the forefront of your mind. Something that's been something you've been thinking about for a while. Tabasha, I want to live to help raise my grandkids. I like it. I love it. That's good. That's good. Holly, be able to move better and be more active. So that's really good, Holly. So what I would then expand on, you don't have to do this now, but at some point, in the future, why do you want to be able to move more and be more active? What does that mean that you would be able to do that you can't do right now? Yeah. Christine Davis, I want to stabilize kidney function and live long enough to raise my granddaughter. Yeah. Good. Awesome, ladies. These are really, really good. And listen, you could expand on these and you could have a list of 10, 15, 20 reasons as to why. And just writing that down might get you a little bit upset. You might even get a little bit teary, but that's a sign that you're getting deep, that you're getting to the core of the things that you're wanting to actually find a solution to. Because you all want to lose weight, lower your A1C, and get off meds. But why? And this is different for all of you. And this is key to increasing your level of self-commitment to this process. Annette, I don't want to go through what my mom and brother went through with diabetes. Yeah, I mean, what, again, you don't have to answer this now, Annette, but what was that specifically that you don't want to experience? Diane, my why is to play with my grandchildren and enjoy time with them, to lose the weight, take pressure off my heart, and be able to take pressure off my arthritic knee and hips. Fantastic, Dan. So, why? That's really good. So, why for you is that important? Yeah, obviously, so you can play with the grandchildren, etc. That's a big reason, of course. Is there any other reason too? Is there any other reason too? I appreciate you ladies sharing all of that. I really do. And you've all shared, at least one, maybe two things each. But I want you to go even deeper. I want you to go even further than that, because you could all come out with at least 8, 9, 10, anywhere up to 15, 20 reasons as to why you want to lose the weight and lower your A1C. Okay. All right. Fantastic, ladies. So that's the first thing. The topic of this masterclass is do these two things and you'll never need motivation again. First of all, is to increase your level of self-commitment. Annette, the neuropathy and loss of limbs. Yeah. Okay. So what happens then, Annette, if you don't make the changes? These things can, very likely become a reality, can't they? And this isn't our goal over this masterclass, which I'm just about to cover, is not needing motivation, because motivation is here one day and it is not here the next. So let's cover that. Let's move on from the first thing onto the second thing. Stop relying on motivation. No one, absolutely no one, is motivated all day, every single day. I am not motivated every single day. Yet how am I able to show up and be as consistent as I am? Olympic athletes are not motivated every single day. If you was to ask yourself, ask an Olympic athlete, are you motivated every single day? They would say, heck no. Of course they're not. No one is. Motivation is fleeting. It's here and then it's not. So if you rely on motivation, how can you ever expect to be consistent? And this takes a mindset shift. Okay. If you was to ask any of the ladies that I coach, are you motivated every single day? Let me rephrase that. Sorry. If you was to ask any of the clients that I coach, are you motivated every single day? They would all say, heck no. So if they're not motivated every single day, then how are they able to be so consistent and achieve the results? So I'm sure you ladies have seen it, 30, 50, 60, 80 pounds plus, lowering their A1C down to 5.6, off meds, remission. If they're not motivated every single day, then how are they able to achieve that? Because they don't rely on motivation. To me, motivation doesn't even exist as something which I require. Motivation can be a helpful little boost. Of course, it can be. But again, to me, motivation doesn't exist as something which I require. And it shouldn't to you too. Okay. I want you to, again, a mindset shift. Motivation isn't a thing that you need. Okay. Motivation isn't a thing that you need in order for you to lose 30 to 100 pounds plus, lower your A1C, and get off meds. So, what do we do? What do we do instead? Before we move on to that, does the other things that I'm currently speaking, are they making sense? Is everything that I just said making sense? We're going to expand on this even further. But the concept that no one is motivated every single day, yet people are still able to be consistent and get results. because motivation is not something which you will always have. Okay? Comment yes if you acknowledge that that makes sense, that no one is motivated all the time. Okay? Comment yes. Doesn't matter whether you're watching live or on the replay. Okay? I'll wait till we've got a few yeses just to make sure. So we've got a bunch of you ladies watching live, and then we'll move on to the next part of kind of expanding, this motivation and not relying on motivation. Yes, fantastic. Christine, Jackie, nice. Good. So, what do we do if we're not relying on motivation? If we're ditching motivation, it's not something that you need, that you require to be successful. You need to start taking action. Action, setting goals that are so easy, they are unfailable. Okay, setting goals that are so easy, they are unfailable. Not 4, 5, 6 goals at a time, not getting 8 hours sleep, walking 10,000 steps, eating 1,200 calories a day, going to the gym 5 days a week. No, that's going to require a ton of motivation. And if you rely on motivation to get started, you're not going to be going for very long. Set goals that don't require motivation to start, to get to complete. Set goals that don't require motivation to complete. Goals so easy, they are unfailable. And this is where increasing that level of self-commitment comes in. Going outside for a 5-minute walk, for instance. Going to bed 15 minutes earlier. Okay, taking your lunch to work. And you don't have to do all of these things at once. Any one of these things is going to lead to you feeling better. And then you can build on that over time. You can go to bed 15 minutes earlier every night for the next 2 weeks. It's going to feel really good. After 2 weeks of establishing that, you can go to bed another 15 minutes earlier. Before you know it, 3 months down the road, you're going to bed an hour and a half earlier. And you've done it so gradually, it's been easy. It didn't require motivation. It's been a habit that you have established over time. Going outside for a 5-minute walk, you might think, what's the point? There's a huge point. 5 minutes of walking is considerably better than 0 minutes walking. Okay? And if you go out for a walk for 5 minutes, you're going to feel good. It's going to be good for your energy levels. It's going to be good for your mood. It's going to be good for your blood sugars. It's going to be good for so many different things. Blood pressure, cholesterol. I could go on and on. 5 minutes every single day. 3 weeks later, bump it up to 10. 3 months later, you're doing a 25-minute walk every day. You're feeling fantastic. You're getting in 6,000 steps plus. Your blood sugars are better, your mood's better, you're expending some extra calories, which, if your nutrition and diet is on point, fantastic. Blood pressure is better, cholesterol's down. Another box that you are ticking, something which you said you were going to do, which you do. And we often get stuck in this all or nothing mindset, but that doesn't exist either. You need to ditch that. That is not going to serve you. An all or nothing mindset is an excuse to do nothing when what you plan to do, like those 10,000 steps, when it starts to get difficult. A 5-minute walk is a lot better than 0 minutes walking. Set goals so easy that they are unfailable. You can all take your lunch to work tomorrow. That doesn't require motivation. It takes 2 minutes. Maybe a bit longer, depending on what you take. It doesn't require motivation. Any goal whatsoever you can do that with. Start easy. Stop using motivation as an excuse to do nothing. It's a fallacy. A world where you need motivation to be successful doesn't exist. No one is motivated every single day. All right, ladies? So if you stop blaming motivation and relying on motivation and realize that it's never a thing which is always there, it's not a thing that is required, you'll never need motivation again. Motivation's great. You know, you tick a few boxes, you hit your goals, you're going to feel really good. It is going to lead to motivation, but it's not going to be something that you rely on in order to get the results. It's going to be a nice little kick up the arse, let's say. But that's it. Does that make sense, ladies? This is a mindset shift. This isn't a light switch moment. No, this is something that you need to work on over time. If that makes sense, comment motivation down below. I'll wait for you, few ladies, and then we'll move on. There's a bit of a delay, but in the meanwhile, I'll have a sip of my H2O. Motivation, nice, good. Yvette, Christine, awesome, good. Okie doke. Happy days. Now, I said there was a little bit of a bonus to come in here at the end. Get accountable, monitor or track what is important. Step on the scales. Step on the scales. Take some body measurements. Take some progress photos. You know, enroll a family member, but get accountable. Monitor and track what is important. That's huge. Like I said, step on the scales. Buy a little notepad, put it by the scales. Each and every day, step on, date, the weighing number. Measurements once a week. You know, progress photos once a month, for example. Those are some of the things that you could do. You know, if you find it helpful, start tracking what you eat inside MyFitnessPal. Takes 5 minutes a day. Accountability is so important when it comes to sticking to the things that you say you're going to do. Of course. But so many people I see aren't doing these things. Like I said, stepping on the scales, taking measurements. Measurements are so powerful. I would much rather the ladies that I coach took measurements than didn't step on the scales even. Because the measurements are a far more accurate way of tracking progress. Yes, there's some human error every now and then involved, but at least there isn't, 2 to 3 pounds of water weight happening each and every day that you've got to can't try and navigate. The ladies that I coach do all of it, but that's because I'm here to hold them accountable and to track these things with them. But everything that we've gone through here today are the reasons behind why the ladies that we coach don't require vast amount of motivation in order to be successful and lose 20, 30, 50, 70 pounds plus, lower their A1C, put their type 2 diabetes into remission and get off meds for life. Okay. Now this has been a little bit of a passionate one from my end. Okay, I've really enjoyed delivering it. I hope I've delivered it in a way which is kind of easily digested from you ladies. It's something again which I am very passionate about. You know, your mindset and your beliefs are incredibly important when it comes to being successful in achieving your goals. Okay. weight gain and type 2 diabetes is a symptom of, guess what? You've heard me say this over and over again, your lifestyle, habits, and beliefs. Weight gain and type 2 diabetes is a symptom of those things. So unless you address the core of the issue, then how do you ever expect to find a solution to the symptom, which is the weight gain and the type 2 diabetes? You know, your sleep, your level of preparation, how you manage stress and emotion, self-sabotage, how you manage time. These things, plus so much more, all of these things affect what you put in your mouth. You can focus on the nutrition and diet all you want. But if these things over here are a mess, if you're not sleeping, if you're managing stress and emotion poorly, if your level of time management is terrible, if your level of preparation is non existent, are you going to stick to the nutrition and diet? Of course, you're not. Of course, you're not. Which is again why the ladies that we coach are so successful, because we focus on all of those things, because those are the things that matter. Those are the things that help you adhere to the nutrition and diet. Of course, the backbone of what we coach is nutrition and diet. You know, if you used to ask any of the ladies that I coach, are you on a diet? They would all say, absolutely not. They all still eat their favorite foods. That's great, but you have to focus on all these other things too. All right. Okay, ladies. I hope you found this helpful. If you've got any questions, you know, I hang about for a minute or two to answer any questions in regards to motivation, mindset, anything whatsoever. I'll hang about for a bit. If you have found this helpful, comment helpful down below. Again, any questions, please do ask, and I'll get back to you and I'll answer them to my best of my ability. Even you ladies that are watching on the replay, whether it be tomorrow, next week, it might even be next year, whenever you're watching. If you found this helpful, comment helpful down below. And if you've got any questions, let me know. Let me know. We're coming up to 3,500 members inside this group. 3,500. It's not too long ago that we celebrated 3,000 ladies in the group, but to see almost 3,500 is crazy. It's fantastic. Yvette, Annette, Tabasha, Christine, helpful. Fantastic. Thank you, ladies. If any of you watching on the live, on the replay, would like to kind of have a brief chat where I might be able to help you overcome some of the obstacles that you've got in your place, comment coaching down below, and we can, have a chat on Facebook Messenger and find a time possibly that suits both of us for a brief chat, on Zoom, just where I can, see whether I can help you with anything that you've got in your way. But it really is, just a chat. That's all it is. All right. If any of you would like to take advantage of that, comment coaching down below. And again, we can have a brief a chitty chat. Okay. What we say in the UK, a chitty chat. All right, ladies. We haven't got any questions. So in that case, I think we will wrap it up. Nice. All right, ladies. Listen, have a good Wednesday or whatever time of day it is that you're watching. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Love you lots. Bye-bye.